G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are doing an investment review on the 1989 Batwing. Let's review it. Okie doke, we are taking a look at this set today, the 1989 Batwing. This is set number 76161, has 2,363 pieces. It does have 3 minifigures, and here in Australia, as you can see, it does retail for $300. The US is $200 and the UK is £175. Now, like in all investment reviews, as we do, we're going to take a look at all the individual signs and go over if we think whether this set is going to be a good investment or a poor investment. So let's start off like we always do with the shelf life. So over to Trusty Brick Set, and we can scroll down and we can see that this set was released in November of 2020 and is scheduled to retire at the end of the year, meaning pretty much after it retires it would have been out for about 2 years. So a decent shelf life it is, especially for investment purposes. So given it's going to be out for about 2 years, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now we are going to take a gaze at the minifigures in this set, because minifigures can be a good driver and a main reason why a set does do well post-retirement. So as I said, this set does have 3 minifigures, and we're going to go and do a valuation on Bricklink. We do have a Batman, a Lawrence, and the Joker. So we'll start with the Batman, and we can see that this one here, item appears in 2 sets, meaning it's not an exclusive. It does appear in this set, and it also does appear in the 1989 Batmobile set as well. So we'll go back and we can see that this fig is currently selling for an average price of around $40 on Bricklink. So we've got $40 there. We've got Lawrence the Boombox Goon. We'll go and have a gaze at him. He only appears in this set, meaning he is an exclusive figure, and he sells for pretty much $20. So we've got about $60 of value in the figs. And the Joker, he is an exclusive as well, and he sells for about $31. So pretty much the figs are looking at probably around $90, around that mark, 90, 91, 92, give or take, but about $90 in Australian bucks. And given that the set is a $300 retail, and obviously if you pick it up for discount, the fact that the figs cover pretty much $90 worth of the set is a very good sign. And there is a couple of exclusives as well, so I am going to be giving the figs a 9 out of 10. Now, let's go and just talk a little bit about the collectability of the 1989 Batwing. So obviously it is a part of the DC range of LEGO sets, and the sub-theme is obviously Batman. Batman being pretty much DC's most popular and profitable and iconic character. So it does have that going for it, and it is obviously a part of that 1989 series with like Michael Keaton, a couple of those movies and stuff, and it also pairs well, the Batwing pairs well with the 1989 Batmobile, which just recently retired. It is a great display piece. You can obviously see how it is displayed here, and you can mount it on the wall as well. So the collectability is definitely there for this set. I do really like this set collectible wise, so I'm going to be giving it a 9 out of 10. Right, now we're going to move on to one of the most important signs you need to always research before making an investment choice, in my opinion, and that is the supply. So how much supply of this set is there? Because obviously if there is a lot of supply and everyone's got it, post-retirement, it's not going to go up in value much because everyone's got it. So we tend to want a set that is going to have lower supply. So let's go and have a gaze. So as we can see on the LEGO store, it is available now, and there is a limit of 5. Now you don't need to go off too much of this limit because it is a bit dodgy. For example, Attack on Burrow was just recently in stock and it had a limit of 15, and it was out of stock in like 2 hours. So I don't really go off of the limit here, but I do keep an eye on majority of the sets that are on kind of my hit list on the radar, just to keep a look at for supply and demand wise, and this set is usually always in stock. So let's go and have a gaze at Bricklink as well, and just see how many are listed on Bricklink. And we can see current items for sale. Over here we do have total lots is 110 and total quantity is 1,308. So pretty much that means that the total lots is how many individual sellers. So there's 110 sellers, and between them they are selling 1,308 sets, which for a bigger set, that is a good chunk actually. There is a lot of bigger sets that have a lot less supply than this one, but obviously some sets have more supply as well. But this is, for the size of the set and the expense it is, that it is quite a bit of supply for this one. And if we go and have a look at eBay here in Australia, we can see that there is 35 results. This has been filtered for Australia and condition new, and we can go and have a gaze and we can see that there's heaps on here. Pretty much everything is on eBay is going, a lot of eBay sellers are going to be doing it above retail. There is one here which is pretty much after postage is going to be for retail price, but there is 35 listed on eBay as well. Along with that, it is available at some other retailers here in Australia, especially like Target. It is sometimes out of stock, but they usually do have it. So I'm going to be giving the supply just an average of about a 5 out of 10. Now we're going to be moving on to another very important sign, and that is the demand. Is there demand for this set? Because if no one wants it, if there's no demand, the thing's not going to go up in value after it retires. We want to see that people want this set. And we can have a look at that a few different ways. Obviously, if you do pay attention to, like, obviously your local retailers, if it is in store, is it sometimes out of stock? And on the Lego store, you can obviously tell if it sometimes goes out of stock as well. I usually don't see this set go out of stock. It sometimes has, but not really compared to a lot of other sets. And if we go back to Bricklink, we can have a look at the past 6 month sales, and we can see that times sold 20, total quantity 22, so that just means pretty much 20 people have bought this set, and between them they bought 22. So you can say pretty much 20 buyers, which is, it's okay for Bricklink. I've seen a lot less, but I have seen a lot more, but it is a bigger set, so that's probably slightly above average, I would say, for a bigger set of this scale, so not too bad. And we can also obviously have a look at the sold items on eBay, and we can see that there has been 12 results. We're going to go 1, 2, we're not going to count the fig, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the like. It's about 10 on eBay, and this was from June, so that's probably only about 2 months. So it's okay for eBay as well. So because of that, given the demand for it on Bricklink and eBay, and the fact that it is sometimes out of stock, and especially on Target, it is sometimes out of stock on there as well, the demand, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10. Now, while we're on eBay and Bricklink, let's just touch on the value on the secondary market. So how much is this set selling for on the secondary market, and how much is it selling for when it's out of stock? That is another key indicator for what you want to be looking at for when investing in a set, just to do all this research prior. So we can see that on eBay, now remember, as I touched on before, this does retail for $300. So on eBay, we want to just check if there's any standouts. So anything like especially above retail, or anything significantly below retail. So that's about average. That's around there. $340, which is pretty much $40 above. $290, which is around there. $250, that was an auction, so they usually do go lower. Retail around $270, then plus 15 postage, and $190. So it is that one was actually significantly lower, and I'm just reading now that was actually the display case, so ignore that one as well. So it's sitting at around that retail, and a couple of sold above, that one has sold above retail as well, so probably about average. It's looking for an eBay. And on Bricklink, we can see the last 6 months sales have been about $231, which for Bricklink, it usually is about 20% off. You'll find on Bricklink is the last 6 months sales on average for a set that is still available. So because of that, it's just going to get a smack bang average of about a 5 out of 10. Now I just want to touch on the affordability. How affordable is it? How I rank this is the dearer the set, the lower the rating, the cheaper the set, the higher the rating, simply because cheaper sets do better return on investment wise faster than bigger sets. Not all the time, but pretty much majority of the time. Yeah, smaller sets can be more hoarded, larger sets will not be as much hoarded, but that's just how I like to rank it, because little sets tend to do better. So it is a $300 set, so it is on the dearer side of Lego sets, obviously, so we're not going to talk about it too much. It's just going to get a 3 out of 10 for the affordability. Right, following on from that, let's go and have a gaze at the box size. How big is the box? Is it bulky? Is it going to be dear to post? Is it going to be, it's going to take up a lot of room when we do store it away for a year or two when we are investing. So we can see that it does weigh just shy of 4 kilos. And the dimensions of the box are 58 by 47.7 by 14 centimeters. It is a bit of a bulky box. I do have a few in there, and it does take up a good chunk of space. So because of the size of the box and how much it is going to cost to post in the future, if I do sell them like online or anything like that, it is going to be getting a 3 out of 10 for the box size. Now let's just touch on the theme DC and Batman itself. Like I obviously have touched upon this in the other investment reviews I've done about Batman sets like the Tumbler and the classic TV series Batmobile, for example. So it is a very good theme, very good invest. It does have a couple of hits and misses, but it is very collectible, very iconic. I do like this theme for investing. Batman's, you know, very popular character. Pretty much everyone knows him. And this does, obviously, as I touched on in the collectibility side, the Michael Keaton side of things. But the DC theme itself, I do like it. It's got a lot of winners, and it is one of LEGO's best-selling themes as well. So it's getting a 9 out of 10. Now let's touch on the price per piece. So on average, how much is one piece in this set going to cost? And all we need to do is we take the retail price of the set, or however much you did pay for the set. We're just going to go retail at this point, 300, and divide it by how many pieces. And as we can see down here, I'll just scroll down there so you can see there is 2,363 pieces equals 12.7, we'll round it up, 12.7 cents per piece. This is an Australian as well, so that's below average, which is good. That is on the cheaper side. Bigger sets tend to be cheaper price per piece than smaller sets. So because the price per piece is sitting at around that 12 cents mark, it's going to get a 9 out of 10. Following on from that, we are taking a look at the part out guide. So if we were to crack open this set and sell the pieces individually in this set for what they are currently averaging on Bricklink, how much would we get? So let's chuck in the set number at 76161, the box and the extra parts. Always keep the box, you can always sell it on eBay and Bricklink. We can see that average last 6 months sales is 428, and the current items for sale is 515, around that mark. I do like to kind of meet in the middle. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but let's just say about 465, and if we convert that to Australian dollars, because this is obviously in US, it comes to about $665, give or take, which is a little bit above double, which is very nice. So because of that, I'm going to be giving it a 6.5 out of 10. A couple more signs we're just going to have a gaze at. Now let's talk about a chance of a re-release. So what do I think the chance that LEGO are going to re-release this set? I don't think that they ever will. They obviously may release another Batwing in the future, but the 1989 Batwing specifically for this movie franchise, the Michael Keaton one, I don't believe they will. They could release a smaller one, but at this scale, it isn't happening, in my opinion anyway. So because of that, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's not happening. And the last thing we are touching on is comparable set performance. It's always good to have a look back at other sets similar to the one that you're thinking of investing in and see how past sets have performed post-retirement, because you may be able to pick up a couple of patterns and a history on how this set may perform as well. So we're just going to have a look at one, which is the 1989 Batmobile. So obviously part of the 1989 franchise, it is a similar piece count as well, has 3 minifigures as well. And this one had only just retired in December of last year. So I think this one is a great and the perfect piece to compare it to the Batwing. So we can have a look at the shelf life, November 2019, and I retired in December 21. So it's going to have pretty much the exact same shelf life as the Batwing. As I said, it did have 3 minifigures and 2 an exclusive, and the Batman is the one that is in the Batwing set. So the minifigs are going to be kind of around that same value and that mark as well. The Batwing does actually have a little bit more expensive figures than the Batmobile, which is a better sign for the Batwing. And if we go and have a gaze at how much this set is currently worth, now in Australia it did retail for 400 Australian dollars. And we can see that on Bricklink, it's selling on an average of about 500. But if we have a look at the last couple of months, because remember, this is only just recently retired, in August, so far it's averaging about 580. And in July, it averaged about 530, rounded up. So a little bit more than the last 6 months, because it slowly started to creep up, because the longer a set has been retired for, usually the more it will grow. So if even if we start to look at August, I would imagine this number may trickle down and come to maybe around like 550 by the end of the month. We'll see what happens. But if we kind of go from August and July and meet around maybe that 550 mark, and after Bricklink fees and stuff, you're probably going to be looking at about 530 bucks. And from that retail price, that's about $130 profit, which is pretty good considering it is a bigger set. And it has only been retired for about 8 months. And obviously, if you did pick it up at a discount, just say you got 20% off and you paid $320, then you would be looking probably at around about a $200 or so profit margin for what you'd be able to get. Obviously, give or take, you could get more, you could get less. And that brings it to around a 60% return on investment if you got it at that discount in 8 months for a big set, which is it's fantastic. it is very, very good. And probably I'd say if you did pick this, the Batmobile one here, set at about the 20% off, that I'd say definitely in your 12, if you were targeting to double your money in about 12 to 18 months, it is definitely on its way to doing so. And I do believe that the Batwing is going to follow similar. So my strategy is always I want to invest in sets and aim to sell them in about 12 months to 18 months after retirement, and try and aim for around double my money, around that 80% to 100% ROI. Obviously, if it's more, that's even better, but that is usually my target. Sell them and then reinvest it and keep compounding and double my money every 12 months. That's my plan. Not everyone's different, but that's my plan. And I do see the Batwing following a similar course to this one, and the Batmobile has been a great investment. So comparable set performance, 10 out of 10. So going over all of those scores again, we did have the shelf life at a 7 out of 10, the minifigs at a 9 out of 10, the collectability at a 9 out of 10, the supply at a 5 out of 10, the demand at a 7, the value on a secondary market at a 5, the affordability was a 3, the box size was a 3, the theme was a 9, price per piece was a 9, the part out guide was a 6.5, the chance of re-release was a 10, and the comparable set performance was a 10, bringing it to an average score of about 7.11 out of 10, so a very respectable score. Anything that is usually above a 6.5, you want to be maybe doing a bit more look into investing in it. Anything about a 7 is usually going to be a winner. Not all of the time, but obviously some of these signs are going to be more important than others. So, you know, the box size may not matter as much, especially as like the supply and demand and the value in the secondary market after it's sold out, and the shelf life and stuff like that. Same with the price per piece and stuff. There is more signs more important than others, but I'd just like to go over a good chunk and do an average of them all. But for the most important signs when investing in a set, it is definitely the supply and demand are the top two that you need to be researching every time before you make an investment purchase, and that's what we have done today. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel, and leave your thoughts down below if whether you will be investing in this set and why. But anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.